nearly vertically from below. He mounts her. Within seconds, he ejaculates. The two animals now enter the tie stage. The male's penis locks inside the vagina as the vaginal muscles contract. During this time, more fluid from the prostate gland is released to help transport the sperm. The tie can last from 5 minutes to an hour. The dogs normally turn to stand back to back for this process, something dogs in the wild do to better protect themselves from attack during this vulnerable time. This behavior is unique to dogs and their wild relatives. The sperm now race towards the eggs, but the eggs are still not fully mature. If a sperm were to meet an egg now, it couldn't fertilize it, and it will still be 2 more days before the eggs are ready. In other species, the female releases mature eggs that degenerate rapidly if they're not fertilized within a matter of hours. Scientists think this delayed maturing of the dog's eggs may be a consequence of the dog's earlier wild behavior. Females in a wild pack may have found it difficult to win a mate, so the longer their eggs remained viable, the more chance there was of fertilizing the eggs once a female successfully mated. So, within the domestic dog, when the sperm reaches the uterine tubes, it attaches to the wall and waits. The sperm can survive for 7 days here, sometimes up to 12 days. When the eggs are finally ready to be fertilized, the sperm leave the wall and continue their swim toward the eggs. One consequence of this extended fertility period is that individual puppies within the same litter can have different fathers. Our golden retriever's eggs are now fertilized and traveling towards the uterus. Over the course of just 63 days, each of these bundles of cells will become a puppy in a litter of 9 inside the womb, all preparing to be born. 15 days ago, our golden retriever conceived. She's already a quarter of the way through her pregnancy. Inside her uterus, an amazing process is underway. The embryonic ball of cells turn in on themselves in a process called gastrulation. It is a stage of development that all animals go through. Dramatic changes are taking place, literally sculpting the basic shape of what will become the fetus. As the cells continue to divide and multiply, they need instructions to tell them what type of cells they should become and where in the embryo they should go. Gastrulation is one of the greatest wonders of nature. First, the embryo folds in on itself to form a cylindrical tube. As it does, it forms a patch of tissue known as the primitive streak. On one edge of this primitive streak, another much smaller patch of tissue forms. Scientists call it the organizer. Every cell in the developing embryo then flows over the organizer. As it does, it somehow receives instructions that assign it its fate. Now the 9 embryos attach to the uterine wall, and the uterus contracts to push them along so they are all evenly spaced.